Shalom everyone, hope that you're doing fantastic again. I thought I would hop in here. I really don't know where this video is going to go. I've just heard a couple of things while I was getting ready this morning in my spirit, and just kind of wanted to allow the spirit to just lead me. So I don't know where this video will go. I don't know how long it will be. I don't know that I'll upload it. I may not. You never can tell. Sometimes I say no and I'll run back and watch it and hear the spirit say upload it anyway. So I need to teach myself not to say, well, I'm not going to upload this video, because sometimes the spirit will just say, no, you're going to. So I just want to be open to what the Creator wants. I guess that just goes with second guessing yourself sometimes. You don't have anybody to shoot back things. And but anyway, let's get rid of that and go into what I want to talk about. As I was getting ready this morning, I kept hearing a dog will turn to his own vomit. Now I know in the Hebrew language, in what we call the scripture, in the Proverbs, hold on just a second, I'm going to turn my air on. In the Proverbs, it talks about how a dog will turn to his own vomit. And that's pretty nasty. But people, through this process, what I've been going through and what I've learned about people in the lower animalistic state that people find themselves in, and we've all done it to some degree, because we've not been taught. Some of us have been taught, some of us haven't. Some of us have been shielded from information on purpose and pushed down and dumbed down and things of that nature. Yet there have been things that the information was always there and I knew it, but yet I didn't know it at the degree that I know it now. But in some way, shape, or form, you and I have returned to something that probably wasn't good for us at one time. Whatever that was for you and I. But I heard that in my spirit that there are people that have really found themselves in some really disgusting vomit, or in situations that's just made them just ugh, what's come out of them through that situation, through that we'll say testing, because it all really essentially is testing for us in this realm. We had that come out this morning, that this is only a test. Everything that you and I go through is really the Creator Himself looking down and testing our spirit. But then if you want to go higher than that, it's actually also the spirit itself testing the spirit itself. In other words, because I've likened the Creator to you and I as a mother, father figure, right? Which in the card deck, it's the Emperor and the Empress energy that's representative of the mother and father figure of the universe itself. The Creator is like, we can liken the Creator to like the mad scientist in a way. Because the Creator creates, a scientist will create and mix things together and test it to see what it's going to do. And the Creator does that to you and I. Well, if I do this with my creation, how are they going to respond? Let's test that and see. And ultimately, it's the Creator Himself testing Himself, because everything came out of the Creator. This is kind of a heavy-revy. But at the same time, so I'm not saying that when you and I do something bad that the Creator's bad. But we do know that the Creator has created everything. Negative and positive exists in the spirit, because we have polarity for a reason, for that testing. It's all for a divine purpose for you and I to come up higher. The Creator knows what's in Himself, or it wouldn't have came out of Himself. At the same time, it's like you and I, if you're a parent, you test your children. my daughter-in-law teaches her children, she's homeschool, and so she's got to teach her children, my grandchildren. And, you know, when you and I are in school, or you're in college, or you're doing whatever, then the teachers, you're sitting there, you're listening to what the teacher's teaching you, and then there's always a time of testing. And, well, this is going in a totally different direction than what I normally started out talking about, but whatever, we'll just go with it because I want to flow with the Creator. So let's see if I can tie it all back together, though. Through our testing, through knowing that the Creator puts us through certain things, and yet it's still the Creator within us, tapping into Himself, and us tapping back into the Creator, because we're essentially one with the creation. That should give you and I hope and a rest on the inside to know that you and I are capable of reaching higher, and awakening ourselves to know that well, the vomit is there from where I failed the last time, but I'm getting another chance because Creator loves me, to move away from it. I'm not a dog. You know, and people need to quit acting like animals, and returning to things that aren't serving you, and whatever, I hope this makes sense, whatever situation you and I have come out of that had made us vomit in a way, because we were tested in such a way that pressured us to get sick in a situation per se, hopefully we'll learn from that, not return to it, because then what do dogs do? When they return to it, they re-eat it. It's nastiness, right? And so a lot of times, and we'll liken this to abuse in all kinds of forms. You got women who are abused by men that are abused by women, and you know, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, you always see those women who get just beat up for whatever reason, why it's going on, because the way people are raised themselves and where they've found themselves, and then they are attracted to that kind of an energy, and then nastiness comes out of it, and they try to get away from it, and then they go back, right? Once we really awaken ourselves to understand how energy works, what the literal cause of why energy is testing us, because of that card that came out, this is only a test, then and only then are we able to manipulate the negative energy into the positive so it serves us, because the testing in learning is only there for a later purpose in life, for us to move in and groove in, and for it to open doors for us, because now we have understanding and we've been through this or that. And it's amazing how vital this information really is once you get still enough and go, my God, this is like, to me, it just blows my mind to think about how powerful you and I are, because we really are connected to Source. We're connected to both the positive and the negative at any given moment. And in any given moment, we are being tested in every second of our moment. If you fall down, you just get back up, right? If you go back like the dog and eat the vomit, then you're going to repeat the negativity again. You just are. You're just going to repeat the lesson again. So don't go back and eat the vomit, because you're not a dog. You're not a cat. You're not a rat. You're not any kind of animal. You're pure spirit. And there is something beautiful for you and I to come up higher and to be successful within. Let's see here. I heard something. What else did I hear in my spirit when I was getting left me? I guess if it comes back up, it will. I think I'm just going to leave this here. I've been kind of thinking about doing some individual optimistic card readings for each sign of the wheel of the zodiac for you and I. Maybe just taking 1 or 2 cards, seeing where the energy is for you, and laying the energy out there for you. And maybe you can do some exercises with the information of that video that I did yesterday about the all, and how you and I send out energy and allow it to flow back, and the vibration of a thing, and how to change a situation. So I'm kind of kicking that around. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about real quick. People who have sold their soul to the devil. I heard, I clicked on a video the other day, and then I just clicked off. I don't like to listen to that kind of stuff. But there's sometimes that the Creator will have me listen to certain things, or repeat over and over to get a thing of an understanding. A lot of times I'll go back and watch myself over and over and over to study my own mannerisms, because I'm always wanting to come up higher. And I know where my heart is, just like you. You would know where your heart is. It's not that I think I'm anything. I'm nothing without the Creator. But I clicked on this video, and this guy was saying, so you sold your soul to the devil. And I just clicked off. I just didn't, I don't know. That check in my spirit. But today, that thought came. And thinking about all this energy that I've been talking about in the 7 principles of the all, is it possible for somebody who got in that vein of really just selling themselves out to just complete negativity, and that's all they are now doing, is doing the work for what we would call the devil? Chaining people in energetic chains, physical chains, emotional chains, and that's all they're used to operating in. Is it possible for somebody with that mindset, who has been operating for years even, is it possible to break those chains? Because in the deck, the devil card has a picture of the chains with those 2 people. It doesn't have to be 2 people. It could just be the masculine and the feminine within yourself being chained and not knowing how to be feminine at times or masculine at times, so that you can be an even flowing person. All you're sending out is this negativity all the time, and you're just bound in that other dimension, because even though we're out here, we're really in another dimension, just portraying it out here in the natural. I hope that makes sense. But there are a lot of people in our earth who really have taken vows and things like that, and have sold their mind, their will, and their emotions. That's what the soul is. It's a 3-part being, is what a soul is. Somebody last week, I think it was, on one of my videos, had stated that when I had made that video about knowing that somebody had came into my house, that they were soulless people. And maybe there were soulless people out there also who literally have sold their soul to the devil without literally saying, okay, devil, I sell my soul to you. But literally they've just chosen in each moment to get in that vein and do that thing, that negative thing. So I was thinking, is it possible? And I say yes. I'm asking the one on the other side who possibly is in that type of energy all the time. Is it possible for you to come out of that? And I say yes, it is. It might take a little bit more time to pull yourself out of that energy, because it would be likened to a habit. When you're in a certain way of doing something, I've always done it this way. It's just the way that I am, and I don't know how to feel good, because I think this negative energy makes me feel good because that's all I know. And we got people who have children that are teaching their children to be raised up that way as well. That's dangerous in the earth realm. We're trying to push that stuff out. They say the devil is a liar. That's why I say yes, it is that it is not impossible for you to break those chains, to get out of that nasty thought, negative thought, emotions, vibrations, that's all you do is, it's written down. And we've talked about the power of written word and spoken words and stuff like that, but it's written down. Some people can't even rest until they go do mischief. Now that's bad. That's devilish, like selling your soul out. Can you imagine being that type of person? Maybe some people on the other side of this video are. But you've never really thought of it. You've never took captive that thought of, no, why would I want to hurt somebody? What kind of pleasure am I going to get out of that? Because like I said, everything has a beginning and an ending, and once that current hits the end of the shore, like we were likening it to water yesterday on that video, and I'll put it down below in the description box. Once the water hits the shore, it'll come rushing back. What you're putting out will come back eventually. What does that look like if somebody really does break free from their mind and finally does get out of that? Where does that energy go? Well, like I said, some way, shape, or form, it's still, the energy will still make its way back to you. But then it becomes now the huge testing for you. I'm not going to give into it. Yes, I deserve this energy that's come back because that's what I've done all my life to other people, that I've been broken free from that negativity, and I'm just going to have to endure this, but it's not possible for me to continue to send new energy and to fight that thing and push it back. That should encourage you and I to know that, okay, we don't get away with anything. At the same time, having a defense against that negativity, to be an overcomer, knowing that it's going to come anyway, because I've sat down with the teacher and I've learned what the Creator is teaching me now, and He loves me so much that He's brought the information. So you're not going to get out of what you've sown, but we are going to uproot it, yet there's still a cause and effect to what's happened, but I'll protect you through it. And that's what I was talking about yesterday. I'm experiencing a lot of energy with different types of people from years and years ago, the energy of something coming back, even though in my present moment, I'm just like, why are you treating me? What do you have against me? And it's really not that person. It has something to do with the root of a cause. I had said over and over several different times on different videos that I had heard the Spirit say a couple of years ago to go to the root, to the root, to the root. And He had given me a dream about, I just lost my, about that storm that was coming, and there were 3 houses at the end of the storm, and He had me get inside the house, right? And so I've been dealing with 3 sets of people, 3 sets of situations, the root of something, 3 huge roots that somehow sprung forth at the end of something, but now through it all, I didn't escape the storm that came, but He sheltered me on the inside of what we would say a house in that dream. And the Creator told me, you're protected. Well, when He spoke that to me, I was just like, okay, great, thank you, Creator, God, Father, whatever, whatever you title the Creator, the Spirit. But I had no idea what really was coming. I had forgotten all about that dream. But if the Creator had to say you're protected, then that means something's coming. At the same time, you can rest in the fact that He don't lie. And through the process, I've been able to learn and teach through this. So hopefully it helps you. That's my hope, is that if I have to be an example and I can help one person in the earth realm, then that, to me, that's huge. That's just huge. I'm grateful for every person who's ever come my way and taught me something positive. I'm also grateful for those people who've come along that I've learned from negative things as well. And I want to teach from that as well, to teach you, and also to continue to learn how to manipulate the negative and pull it up into something positive. I had also heard the Spirit say one day to me to to go inside for just a little while until the calamity passes. And he had given me a song about the chamber of your love. And I've literally been inside a chamber of his love, being protected while storm is just going on all around me. And being able to break free from my own chains and things that I have also at times went back and just continued to just go back because of familiar things. Sometimes people will return to their own vomit because, well, that's just, you know, it's just something familiar to me. That's all I know. You know, and people do that. We got to break away from that because it's not good for you. That's like I was going earlier, the woman who gets beat and battered. You know, and people say, why does she keep going back to that? Well, because that's all that she's ever known. Really, that's all that she's familiar with. Her mindset isn't in a place to really where she can believe or trust that there really is a true spirit beyond the self in this lower state that can rescue. And really, there's rescue even if you've sold your soul to the devil. He lied to you saying, well, it's in your mind now, you can never get out of that. Well, that's a lie. That's an absolute lie because the devil is a liar, right? So I just want to be an encouragement to you today and bring that forth. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing card reading for each one of the zodiac signs, and just to see where your house sign is at within energy for you to do exercises with, and breaking your own chains, and going through your testing, and resisting turning back to your own vomit like a dog would, things that you know that you just gotta let it go. If something is really for you and you believe that, but the way you've been approaching it, you've not getting any results from that, then you just walk away from it. There's something better for you. Maybe whatever. There's just something better for you and I, even if it's just a place of peace in the mind, knowing that, okay, I break that chain from that thing and I move forward. If something is supposed to come towards you, it will. And be at rest with that. Be at peace and escape fighting that urge to have to go back and eat that vomit again, to have to do another round. Let's go around the mountain one more time. We don't want to do that. We want to go on. We want to go forward. Right? But anyway, I just want to bring that forward. I hope all that made sense. And I will be back shortly if I do decide to do those videos for each one of the zodiac signs. I'll see you then. Shalom.